Hey guys, SD here. So it's a special edition of SpoilerCast because I just got done watching Logan in the theaters. This is going to be a little different than what I do with Walking Dead because my mind is completely blown right now and I'm having trouble on focusing on the minor details in the film. And I might cry. I'll warn you right now, I'm probably going to cry at some point during this video. As usual, this is going to be chock full of spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled by this film, stop watching after I get the chance to say, oh my god, it's amazing, go see it right now, because you're going to get spoiled if you don't see it immediately. Okay, prepare yourself for spoilers. Start out with, they took the rated R version and they ran with it. We all need to get down on our hands and knees and thank Ryan Reynolds for getting Deadpool made and proving that rated R superhero films make money. Because this movie would not have been made, and as amazing as it is, if it was not for that R rating. They really took it and ran with it. And as a bit of a tribute, there is a tiny, tiny little Deadpool scene at the very start of the film before the official credits start and everything else. It was great. It was amazing. It's Deadpool just walking down the street as, himself, just, not out of his costume. He sees some guy getting mugged. Decides he's going to get in his costume, finds a phone booth, starts changing, and, takes way too long to change into his costume in the phone booth because, really, who the fuck changes in a phone booth? This is not a practical thing. And the guy getting mugged ends up getting shot and dies. Spoiler. Anyway, it's good. It's true to the Deadpool, and it's their nod to saying, thank you guys, this film would never have seen the light of day if it wasn't for you. So, okay, the movie itself, I'm still just having a moment. I'm just going to get it out right now. If you're not a kid in this film, you die. Point blank. Any grown-up you see, the moment you see them, they're dying. Just prepare yourself for it. It's going to happen. Yes, even Logan. That doesn't happen until the very end of the film. But, start out the film, he's asleep. Apparently he's a limo driver now. He drives, tourists up and down the Mexican border or something. And he's asleep in the back of his limo, and some guys are trying to jack it. And he comes out, and he's drunk. He's hungover, drunk and hungover. And he's, telling these cholos, because they're, obviously Mexicans from, down south that are jacking his ride. And he tells them, yeah, guys, you really don't want to do this, just go off. And they don't listen, and arms and limbs and blood and guts and heads and everything just goes flying every which way in the ensuing fight scene. In reinforcing in the first 5 minutes of the film, you are watching a rated R. F-bombs flying left and right along with all the body parts, and oh my god, it's amazing. It's what I never realized I wanted in a Wolverine movie until I got this one, and I'm never getting one again. Thank you so much for that. And then, okay, so that's the opening scene, and the story is he's hiding out with Charles Xavier in this abandoned factory area because Charles is having problems with his brain. They don't really specify whether it's Alzheimer's or, just general dementia or what, but his brain, he goes into seizures, and the seizures cause, everything around him to, people get paralyzed and stop breathing or seize up and everything else. So his seizures causes seizures in everybody else. And Logan's trying to keep him medicated so that doesn't happen. And then Logan gets approached by this Hispanic woman who's begging him to help her. And then he gets approached by the badass with the metal arm who's saying, hey, if you get approached by the Spanish woman, you need to come get me. And of course, Logan blows him off. Spanish woman ends up dying. Logan ends up getting the little girl whose name is Laura. They find out. Okay, I'm really just summarizing right now because, oh my god, it's hard. It's very tough. It's tough inside my brain. He gets a little girl. Her name is Laura. She's also referred to as X-53, I think it is. And she's cloned from his DNA, but she was made into female. And she's got only 2 claws on her hands, and she's got claws in her toes. Because apparently female entities of mammals have more claws or something, pardon the belch. I don't know. But man, she can kick ass because she's been trained to do this. Bad guys start coming after them. There's a albino that hangs out with Charles and Logan because Charles can't be left by himself, but Logan has to go out and earn money. And like they've been trying to raise funds for a boat or something. I didn't really catch on to the storyline there. That wasn't terribly important, other than they're trying to get a whole lot of money. Albino gets taken captive. The albino can sniff things out. Caliborn, his name. He can sniff out other mutants, so he's like a tracker. He gets taken captive, so they start following Xavier and Laura and Logan as they travel all over the place. Logan goes to get a new vehicle when the trio stay at a hotel or a casino, and he goes to get a new vehicle and he comes back and Charles is having a seizure, so everything's frozen, and Logan's like forcing his way through the building and kills all the guys one at a time. Slow motion stabbings. Oh, it's very stressful moment. Very, very stressful. Saves everybody. He and Charles and the girl, they leave. Then as they're driving down the interstate, they run into this other family, help him out with some loose horses or something. The family invites him to dinner. They have dinner. Logan goes to help the dad with the water pump all the way, like a mile and a half away, while the family hangs out. Logan runs into some problems with the father and the water pump. There's some shenanigans there. Apparently a local distributor has been like trying to force them off the farm, so he's been sabotaging their shit. So we cut back to Charles, who's, laying in bed, and he wakes up and he's like, oh, because Logan walked in the room, he's like, oh, this is the best night I've had in a really long time. I realize I don't deserve it because I've been hurting so many people with my dementia and everything else, and I'm so sorry or whatever. And then Logan turns around and he puts his fist to Charles's chest and he extends his claws. Because, holy shit, it's not Logan. It's a clone. It's a killer clone. And the girl attacks him and Charles is bleeding out. And the killer clone captures the girl because, he's bigger and stronger. And he's not dying like Logan is. Yeah, another thing. Logan's been, like, really sick and dying and everything else the entire movie. So up to this point. But, alt Logan, evil Logan, he doesn't have this problem. He just has no real mental concept because they grew him without a brain or something. I don't know. Kills off the family members. Real Logan and the dad shows up and they try to fight him off. And then all the bad guys show up. And Caliborn sacrifices himself in the truck with a couple of grenades trying to help everybody out. And Logan is fighting the bad Logan, and the dad, who had been injured, slams the evil Logan into one of those, like tractor forklift type things, and he gets impaled there, and then he shoots him a couple times with a shotgun, and then old Logan shows up, and the dad turns around, tries to shoot him with a shotgun, but it's empty now, and he just falls over and dies. Because he's probably really traumatized, and all he knows is this entire family's dead, thanks to this jackass who brought this trouble down upon us. So then Logan tries to save Charles, but doesn't work. Charles bleeds out. He dies. So now we got Caliborn's dead. We got Charles is dead. Logan and the girl continue on. They're supposed to be finding this place called Eden, which Logan doesn't think exists because he found the coordinates in the comic book that the girl's been reading. So he thinks that the nurse lady who died earlier, she died. Big surprise. Like I said, grown-ups die. The nurse lady had told the girl that, go to this Eden place, and wrote down coordinates for her, and now Logan's presuming that she was lying and just said this to make the girl feel better. So, sorry, I smacked the cord from my phone here. So he's trying to tell the girl, no, this isn't true, this isn't, real, but they go anyway, and they find Eden, where all the other little kids... Sorry about that. They find Eden where all the other little kids have traveled to, and they're all hanging out and doing their thing. And so they get there. Unfortunately, Laura had dropped her picture that had coordinates also written on the back of it, and bad guys got it, so now the bad guys are showing up, and Logan's given, like, this special medicine that helps him heal again, because he's, like, deathly ill, but otherwise, this healing stuff, don't take it all at once, because it gives you, like, really bad withdrawal symptoms or something. So he goes to save the kids, and the kids start trying to fight back, and Logan gets there, and he shoots a couple people, and they admit to the fact that they are the ones that stopped all mutants from coming. Apparently they, like, genetically modified the corn supply, and everyone that's been consuming the corn syrup corn syrup is evil. It no longer creates genetic anomalies, which is what causes mutants in the first place. So they admit to that just before Logan blows their brains out. Just bam, blows his brains out, shoots the guy in the metal arm, who winds up letting evil Logan loose to wreak havoc on everything. And everyone's fighting. And oh yeah, this whole time, Logan had an adamantium bullet in his pocket because it's like his, one way out is to blow his own brains out. Although he's dying now, he's blaming it on the adamantium in his body poisoning him, which is probably not incorrect. Which the scientist guy's like, yeah, no, that's probably totally true. It's probably poisoning you. You're probably dying from it. Sorry about that. But he's probably dying from that. However, he had the bullet in case he needed an easy way out. The girl got the bullet off of him. They're all fighting. Evil Logan impales good Logan on a tree trunk. Is getting ready to just beat the snot out of him. Good Logan's on his crash from the medicine that he took the entire bottle of so that he could be all jacked up to save the kids. And as they're all doing this, the girl comes up from behind and shoots Evil Logan in the head and blows a huge ass chunk of his skull just right off. So yeah, adamantium bullets will kill Wolverine. Doesn't really matter after about a few more minutes because she cuts him off the tree, but he's still dying from all his injuries and he dies. The end. They bury him. She recites some story from a movie that she and Charles watched while they were at the hotel. And, oh my god, okay. So she recites this. All the other kids walk away because, they have to get past the Canadian border, so they're not hunted anymore because mutants are safe in Canada or something. I'm not even sure how that went. And just before she leaves, the cross that was, I'm getting teary-eyed, the cross that was standing, they had made a stick cross. She takes it, then pulls it out of the ground and turns it on its side and puts it on the ground, and now it's an X to, X-Men, the last X-Men, because everyone else apparently died at some point, and it was just Charles and Wolverine left, and Charles and Logan, and then Charles died, and now Logan's dead, and all the X-Men are dead, and oh, the really amazing thing, though, was, she does that, they walk away, pan out a little bit, so you just kind of have, or focus in a little bit, so you just have the shot of the X marker, and black title card, Logan, dead silent in the theater. I mean, just dead silent, because really, where do you go from there? It makes sense that this is Hugh Jackman's final Wolverine film. He poured his all into it. This was definitely worth every moment of watching it. I am going to try and go see it again, just so I can solidify some more of the details and maybe do a more in-depth review if people want to hear that. All I have to say is if you're listening to this in lieu of going to watch it, watch it. Like, just go out and watch it. It's worth every penny. I saw it in IMAX 2D. I guess they're not offering it in 3D, which I kind of am not surprised about. But oh man, is it rough. Be prepared for an emotional roller coaster and everybody to die. Like, everybody. Only one kid died that I saw. And that was the son of the family that they shacked up with. I didn't see any mutant kids die. All the mutant kids being clones of other mutants. So they all had powers, like some had frost powers, electric powers, powers over wind, and everything else. But, okay. So, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. Go see the movie. Definitely go see the movie. And until next time, SD out. Bye.